I just spent over $10,000 turning my backyard into a war zone to prove to you that people actually make money online having Nerf wars. The premise is simple. The first one to make it to the Lamborghini full of cash wins. Let's get started. All right, so today we are looking at the Nerf market. This is a market that actually makes a lot of money, and it's one that pretty much anyone can get into. You can do this as a blog, a faceless YouTube niche, all kinds of different things like that. And if you're like me, you remember some of the first Nerf, like this one here, which was the first Nerf ball ever. Now, throughout this video, I gotta be very careful because there's some people after me, and you might see them show up in the video. Well, let me know if you see them. We actually have the different cameras over here so we can monitor the situation and make sure we stay safe. Now, looking at this niche here, we can see that the Nerf niche is worth an estimated right around $2 to $3 billion a year. And that is just the Nerf brand. That doesn't have anything to do with these other ones. And wait a minute. All right. Now, we can see here that some YouTubers have actually made a lot of money. One by the name of Paul Kowski, I think I said it right, who owns the YouTube channel PDK Films, has an estimated $97,000 from just one video. Now, looking at this, it's 150 million views. So, thinking that you're going to go out there and make one video and make $97,000 is a little bit of a stretch, but I think this niche can actually make lots of money. Let's go through and talk about the ways that we can make money with it. First of all, we have a faceless YouTube niche. This is where you could go through without using your face and actually build videos talking about different things. Maybe reviewing the different toys, talking about different things you can use, and various things like that. We can also use this for various different blog sites. You can have a blog where you can set up and make lots of money. In fact, I'm going to go through and show you some of these blogs here and some of the keywords in them, like Nerf Wars. You can even review the different types of blasters. Like here you can see this one gets almost 7,000 searches a month, 3,000 searches a month, and on we go. So there's a lot of money in this market. In fact, just for this video, you can see the various things that I purchased and how they add up very quickly. Now, I didn't even see you there. We can even go through and look at the various different types of toys and see how many times a month they're searched for and kind of estimate how that would work as a business. Because we want to treat this as an actual business and use it in a way that we can build and grow. We don't look at this as like, oh, I'm going to set up one thing and get rich overnight, because the average person trying to make money online makes nothing. That means most people watching these videos don't really make anything. However, I think if we look at this like a business, we can start to see exactly how it works, because there are people out there, like the guy who's doing the videos on YouTube, the people who own the different blogs, the people who are doing drop shipping and various things like that, that we can go through and actually glean from and take a look at how to make money. In fact, if you look at the volume of some of these keywords, there's some that are like 100,000 searches a month or more. And we're actually going to take a look at various different websites where we can see that some of them are getting lots and lots of traffic and making a lot of money. In fact, here's a list of different websites that are just reviewing the different blasters, like this one here, with over 13,000 keywords ranking in Google, and we can see there's a lot of money in this market. You can see this one's getting right around 65,000 visitors a month, and this one here, over 170,000 visitors a month. So when it comes to traffic methods, this niche is a doozy. We can use all of these different methods, including UGC, or user-generated content. This is where you can go through and you can take one of the different toys and review it, talk about how it works, and everything like that. So going through and looking at this is a very, very good market that pretty much anyone can get into. And now let's go through and talk about the traffic. Is it going to be difficult? How much can we expect to earn? Can we get traffic fairly quickly? How does this whole thing work? Well, first of all, if we were to take a look at Jungle Scout, we can see how many people are actually buying these products. Some of these products, just one alone, making as much as $500,000 a month or more in sales each and every month. Now, that's on Amazon, so that's not exactly what we're going to get, but it does tell us that there is money in this market. And when it comes to getting traffic, we could see this one blog alone is getting about 11,000 visitors a month for a traffic value of over $2,000. Now, we're going to show you how the traffic is actually a lot more than that. This is just looking at Google and keywords and things, so take that with a grain of salt. But we can see here that there's lots and lots of different keywords that this ranks for. Check this out. Unicorn Nerf gun. Not a gun! No! Yeah, like over 1,000 people a month are searching for this Unicorn Nerf gun. So even just having a little review on that toy alone could get a lot of traction. In fact, if we were to go over here to YouTube, you can see all kinds of people reviewing these different toys. And not only that, but if you were to type in the Unicorn Nerf one, you're going to see, here's a guy with over 65,000 views, 43,000, and on we go. This is perfect for short form content, which is actually really easy to make and can be done without showing your face. I actually went to ChatGPT and asked it for a review video template, which can be used very easily. Let me show you exactly how it works. Let's say you have a gun here, right like this. You can go through, talk about the prices, the features, and the different things that you can do with this toy. It's actually very simple. And if you don't want your face involved, you can even do this in a faceless way, which is actually very simple. All you would have to do is display the gun, show how it works. That's pretty cool. And then you're ready to go. Thanks, Alina. That was actually pretty simple. And going through, you can see that some of these products actually get a lot of money. That little Jeep I bought was over $2,500. And I'm not the only person buying these. This is a huge market. But how are we actually going to make money? That is the million-dollar question. What we're going to do is monetize in several different ways. We saw the people on YouTube were making money with monetization. However, there are some drawbacks with dealing with different types of audiences that may or may not be monetized. So we would need to find other ways around that. We could actually go through and actually sell the toys via Amazon as an affiliate. We can go through and sell them via drop shipping if we find one product we really like, which is what I would do. I would find one really good product and sell it really well. We can also look for bigger offers. Maybe there's an offer for a new toy store or something like that. We can even look at liquidation sites and buy things cheap and sell them in bulk. However, those methods actually involve selling and housing products, which is kind of a pain. I would stick to an affiliate marketing model and make money with ads. If you have a blog about these different products, you can run various different ads and get paid when those ads are clicked on. You can also check out different Nerf affiliate programs where you can see they are paying pretty good, usually in the rate of like 10 to 30% depending on the different store, which is great. And we could see here, Amazon pays between 5 and 15% for the toy market, which is not too bad. Considering Amazon gets a lot of sales and it's pretty easy to order, I think that can add up very quickly. In fact, some Amazon affiliates make lots and lots of money just driving massive amounts of traffic to various different products. Now, we can go through and we can use AI to find all the different types of blasters. We can buy them and review them or make a website just talking about them. The monetization strategies on this niche are pretty much endless. We can do AdSense, drop shipping, affiliate marketing, sourcing, and more. We can also get paid via monetization. And if you get enough views on your videos and your blogs and websites, this adds up pretty quickly. Now let's talk about the traffic methods. As we mentioned, we can do UGC or user-generated content. We can do blog posts, videos, short-form TikTok videos, Pinterest content about the products, and more. Now let's evaluate this niche and see what it looks like in the competition. If we were to look at this big list of keywords, you could see the competition is pretty much non-existent. And if we dig a little deeper, you can see a lot of the keywords that these people are ranking for are also very, very low competition. Now, keep in mind, you will be ranking against Amazon and various different stores, but I think if you do this correctly, it can work in a real-world way. I think the big kahuna here is going to be video-based traffic, whether you're doing a faceless channel, a full-out review channel, or a channel where you have these Nerf battles. All of them can work. You just want to make sure that you focus on things people are searching for and content they're actually watching. And also make sure you follow the terms and conditions of whatever site you're posting content on. This is super important to make sure you get traffic and get paid. So the competition level here is on the low side. Profit potential, I'm going to say, is low to medium. I think a good blog could probably make a few $1,000s a month. Of course, keep in mind the results are not typical, implied, or guaranteed. While I have made money in similar markets to this, most people make nothing. We got to take this with a grain of salt, and we have to look at it like a business. The audience size is actually very big, probably medium to large here, and I think this can work really well. As far as the growth trend, we're seeing very stable. Ease of entry, I think it's actually extremely easy to get started in this market, especially if you start with UGC or user-generated content. Now, as far as being able to flip your market, the cost per click and the estimated earnings per click, it's going to be about the same. So this isn't a big flipper market. However, it is a good market where you can get a lot of traffic and move a lot of product. That's why these advertisers pay so much on the various different platforms. Affiliate offer quality, I'm going to give it a 4. The offers are direct. The products you're selling are very closely aligned with the traffic you're going to get. Is there a direct path to profit? Yep, I'm going to give that a 5. List building potential? I'm going to say a 2. It's probably people that are buying the product, not so much building a mailing list. Can we create our own product in this niche? I think eventually you probably could. However, most people probably won't. How about opportunities for expansion? I'm going to give that 3 stars. Why? Because it's a pretty flat niche. The expansion is limited by the keywords and what people are searching for. Personal interest or passion, I'm going to give this a 5 because it's actually a really fun niche that anyone can do. And if you're having fun making money, what could be better than that? So overall, I think this niche is pretty solid. There are some high margin products you can do, like inflatables and different things like that, like you saw in the backyard we had, where you can go through and make more money in a different type of way. Think about things that you can source that are not brand names, but are things that people would want in this market. That's the key to making money, is finding that one really good offer that's going to make you the most money. This could be one certain toy, an inflatable, a whole kit for birthday parties, whatever it is. We want to go through and find that one thing that's going to make the most money. All the other stuff will make money, but there's one thing usually in each niche that's going to be the big kahuna. We want to find that and make it work in a super simple way. Now, I think the easiest way to get into this niche, as Alina showed earlier, is going to be reviewing and talking about the different blasters and models. This is easy because you're going to be piggybacking on things people are already searching for. Much like the unicorn, right? This one gets a lot of searches, and you can actually move quite a bit of product because they're looking for this exactly. Not only that, but it has the interesting what the heck factor, where people are going to wonder what this is, and they're going to click it, view the video, and possibly buy it. This is super easy traffic, and as Alina mentioned earlier, we can do this with a faceless niche, or even using your face, or pretty much whatever. You don't even have to be in the video. You could just show the gun.
From a corner.
Yeah, from a corner. Pretty much anything. So I think this niche is pretty solid. Alina, thanks for helping us out. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, check out downloadmynotes.com to get the notes and the keyword reports from this video. If you enjoyed the video, smash a like button and let us know as a comment below. And also, check the description for 3 other videos where we talk about other niches that you can make money with. Thanks again for watching. I'm Marcus, and I'll see you in the next video.